Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. Today we are on the profile of JTB, Jaden Thompson Brissett. Mainly because I didn't know who else to show, but also I've been playing George Danaher for a few games in the off-camera ones, and I just don't think he's cut out for this. Whatever it is, Jaden Thompson Brissett just brings goals to the team, and that's just something that Danaher doesn't do. He might link up the play a bit better in places, and Jaden Thompson Brissett might lack a little bit of that, but I just think he's a better player. He just plays better when he's in the team, as you can tell from the fact that he does have 12 goals in the league this year and 4 assists. He's done okay. I still think he'll probably get to about 15, which isn't bad. I think if we can find a deep line forward that could score goals as well as create chances, then we'll really be onto something. That is the final cog in the tactic that I think is missing. Everything else for me is working phenomenally well. Just a striker that can contribute a bit more goals himself would be the cherry on the cake. Bring back the giraffe hat from the Wimbledon save. Now, you see, that wasn't actually a giraffe hat. It was a full giraffe onesie. I've got it around here somewhere. I actually don't know where it is. I am, however, requisitioning a top hat and monocle for next season's transfer episode, so that should be interesting. Had no knowledge of Stockport's or feeling for him, really. You changed that. Well, that's really nice. I've started to get sort of a proper fondness for the club now, keeping an eye on them, the fixtures in real life, which is kind of cool. But I've already really quickly in this save, almost quicker than Wimbledon or Portsmouth, actually, for me, really got attached to this squad and the players within it. I don't know, something about it. I feel like doing the videos the way I am now is getting me much more attached to the players than I was before. It took a few seasons, and I hope that's kind of coming across for you guys as well. We've got some real characters in the squad already. Biscuit Boy, we've got Darren the Rocket, we've got Bruno Bridges, we've got... I'm sure there's more, don't worry. Right, some games off camera, there've been quite a few. There's been some changes to what's going to happen in the next episode too, and we've had a youth intake. Oh my god, holy balls Batman, we have had a youth intake. I cannot wait to show you this, but first, off-camera games. So, what a game it was against Sutton United. This was a bit of a slow one in places, but yeah, not really. We took the lead through an own goal. I mean, sometimes that sort of stuff happens. Darren Stevenson made it too. They then got one back. Brilliant free kick from Josh Taylor. Darren Stevenson grabbed another. George Danaher finally scored a goal, only his second goal of the season, before a Connor DeMeo goal. You know what kind of goal it was. Headed down to him by Ashley Palmer, knocked it in the back of the net for the icing on the cake in this 5-1 victory. Really starting to assert our dominance a bit more and actually get goals while we're in these sort of spells of dominance now. It's nice to see. Next up, we have Barrow. Got off to an absolute flyer in this one. Goals from Jaden Anthony and Alec Moodymoo put us 2-0 up inside the opening stages of the game. We added a third through Darren the Rocket Stevenson, who this month has just taken off. Him and Anthony have been superb. Jacob Blythe did get one back from a free kick, I think it was, for Barrow, but it wasn't enough. We already kind of knew how to play against Barrow. We upped our players to wing-backs and we just dominated them, basically. Good win. Next, we had a very, very tight game in the Cup against Bromley. It took a late goal from Enis Mahmutovic. I think his first goal of the season. A ball whipped in by Jack Payne from a free kick, and Mahmutovic was there to put it in. 1-0 through to the semi-finals, which is going to be a two-legged affair against Salford City, and that is going to be the next episode. Both legs of that, because it's just the way things are falling. But I thought you guys wouldn't mind seeing that. A bit of tension as we could potentially reach a Cup final, which would be pretty damn cool to have in this season. Plus, it's the last year, in theory, if we were to go up, that we'd be eligible to play in the FA Trophy. So it'd be nice if we could have a shot at winning it. Then we got brought right back down to earth again against Solihull Moors. Second time this season that they've mugged us off. They were a little bit better this time, but I don't really think they were, to be honest. James Pearson, I think it was a goal from a free kick. It was definitely a goal from a free kick. Ball lumped in, and Pearson got on the end of it. Made it 1-0 to Solihull Moors in the 89th minute, but my god, we should have been 4 or 5-0 up in this match and just couldn't find our chances. Just like the game against them earlier this year. They've won it with a late goal, and we've conceded, well, we've fell to 2 defeats to Solihull Moors this year, and it ended our unbeaten run, which I think was at like 18 matches in the league and like 22 in all competitions. It's a shame to see it go, but it was a kick up the arse. And then straight off the back of that, we went away to Aldershot Town, a tough old game. They're a top 10 side, or they certainly were at the time. They took the lead through Adam McDowell, goal from a corner on 26 minutes. We were in trouble. We were not playing well in this game. We made a few little substitutions in the second half, and thank God for Stevenson and Anthony. 2 Anthony crosses, 2 Darren Stevenson finishes, gave us the win here. And this one was, I celebrated this one like we'd won the league, frankly, because I was starting to feel like we were going to lose back-to-back games and really struggle, because Barnet and Dulwich were flying at this point, and we just could not seem to shake them. But this win here, I think, has really rejuvenated us, as is evidenced by going into the next game and thumping Halifax 4-1. 2 goals for JTB, 1 for Jaden Anthony, 1 for Jack Payne. Lovely work. Just great link up. Really, really good. No set piece goals from corners, penalties, throw-ins, free kicks, anything in this game. Just open play goodness. And it felt good to smash 4 goals past Halifax. Conceded one late on, well, in the second half, which wasn't great, but we'd already won the game by that point. And that leaves the league looking like this. We are still only 2 points clear at the top. At one point, Dulwich could have gone 3 points clear at the top, or 2 points, I think. But they lost the game. They then lost 4-0 to Notts County, and I think they've lost to Orient as well, which means they've slowly fallen away. And it is basically between us and Barnet at the moment with 8 games to go. We've got 81 points with 2 points clear. Goal differences galore. Look at the top goal differences, both on plus 47, and Gateshead down at the bottom on minus 47. Palmer and now Duxbury up there on top ratings. We have had a bloody good season, and it is a real fight to the death between us and Barnet at the moment, and that is going to go right down to the wire, I sense. And we still have to play them, I'm pretty certain. The other thing I was thinking about is, because we scored a lot of goals from corners particularly, how much of an effect has that actually had on our points total? So I decided to go through and look at a sort of an idea of how much it's actually gained us in terms of points. So what I did was I basically went through each game, and any goal that was assisted or scored by either Mahmutovic, Ashley Palmer, or Cameron John, and that's quite a lot. Palmer has 8 assists and 6 goals. John has 2 goals, and Mahmutovic doesn't have any in the league anyway. And I removed them from the games to see what the scorelines would have been if we hadn't scored those goals. We would have only dropped 1 point from what we currently have right now, and that was in the Hartlepool game, where our goal in that match was scored from a corner. But other than that, they've mostly been sort of icing on cake games, or goals that wouldn't have actually mattered that much in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, hypothetically, games change and whatnot on those kind of goals. But my point is that we're still doing enough from the other situations where they're not actually mattering as much as I thought we would. We're just looking very good at the moment, and that pleases me. Right, youth intake. You're seeing it on the screen now. I was amazed. It said golden generation, and I thought maybe we'd get ourselves another Bruno Bridges. But Jesus. We got 3 players who it says 5-star potential, and 2 that aren't that bad either. I've signed all of them up to proper contracts, but particularly John Acorah. He is the guy I'm most interested in. I'll quickly show you him now. So this is John Acorah. He's a right winger, which is perfect for me. Great crossing, decent dribbling, good first touch. Finishing isn't bad. His passing's pretty decent. Work rate is really nice. The only real thing about him that perhaps isn't amazing is his his anticipation for that role is not fantastic. Everything else, though, is quite quick. He's still only 15 as well. He is dual nationality with Nigeria, so we've got to be careful there. I don't put any contracts on him that could potentially screw us on that one. But this lad looks like a real star for the future, potentially. They reckon he could be a lot better than Jake Cope, which is nice to hear. There's also Ollie Fell, who's a decent-looking striker. Decent potential-wise, anyway. Lacking a lot in the passing, and vision's all right. Perhaps not the top striker for us, but he definitely looks like he could be a good striker for someone else. Maybe get him out on loan, sell him at some point. Or we might change things. He does have the argues with officials, though. There's also Chris Thorpe, a slightly different type of striker. Decent finishing, though. Bit of a taller one. Decent balance, first touch. Good free kicks as well. These players look really solid for me. I don't know whether these two would actually have much of a chance, but particularly John Acorah. I see him as a first-team player for the future, no doubt. He and Bruno Bridges on that side. This kind of makes up for the lack of youth players we got through last year, really. I think having upped the youth recruitment and junior coaching one more step like we did has definitely made a difference, and I will keep investing in that because the finances, as you can see, nearly up to 2 million now. In fact, I might try and get a youth recruitment budget again. Now, the board won't let me at the moment for some reason. They haven't let me do this for a while. Jordan Corbett and Simon Ford are the other two that you probably would have seen on there. They're not amazing. One of them's a no-nonsense fullback and has a lot of poor stats for the attacking side of things, and the other one I genuinely can't remember. But point is, we've got brilliant players through the youth academy this year, and that's really nice. I'm pleased with that. But now we've got Maidstone. That's really important because as things stand at the moment, we're playing. In fact, the other teams aren't playing, so we've got a chance to set our stall out here and go on to 84 points in the league. We've not quite wrapped up a playoff spot just yet, but I think in the next couple of games we could get that one sorted. In fact, I think a win today would probably do it, which would please a lot of the players for one thing. Maidstone United have played us twice and beaten us twice. They beat us in the Cup last year, and they've beaten us in similar fashion this year. Hopefully we can finally get one over on them because they are right on the edge of the playoffs. This is not going to be easy. We've also had to reschedule our game against Fylde. Unfortunately, we're in a bit of an issue here because we're going to have to surely get Claxton in. It's going to have to be because, unfortunately, Bridges is on international duty. Or is Mantak probably better? I actually trust Callum Mantak more. Actually, no. I'm not sure I do. Claxton's the better for that position. So, yeah, Bridges international duty. Kebby is suspended for 2 games because of too many yellow cards. Not great. Duxbury. Oh, God. Have we got a gap after this? I don't know if we do or not. No, we don't. We got the game against Salford. The league is more important. So, we are going to start Duxbury for today. I will keep Ibuta on the bench, though, as a potential rotation option. We're going to bring back in Cameron John as well, just to keep those guys rotating around. But I think I'm pretty happy with that, really. JTB, Stevenson, Anthony, Duxbury, John, Palmer, Claxton, Hinchcliffe, DeMayo, Payne, and Magoma in the middle. And on the bench, I definitely want Ibu Toure on the bench instead of Danaher, because Danaher's just not done a lot recently, really. So Mahmutovic, Cope, Toure, and Mudimu. Keen to avenge, always nice. I love it when an avenge one comes out. We've not lost a lot of games in this saved to actually have that option, so it's nice when it comes up. The players love it. Right, let's get into it. Just going to adjust my microphone a little bit. Yeah, I was amazed at how much the amount of goals we'd scored via Palmer, and obviously not all of those would have been corners. Some of them would have been free kicks too, but regardless, I was amazed that the impact they had wasn't as great as I thought it was. Also, the other teams are catching us again up at the top. Oh, here we go, Palmer! And oh, well, there we go. Inside 3 minutes, Jaden Anthony on the end of an Ashley Palmer one. It's been a while, but we do have an early lead after just 3 minutes here. Magoma's ball in, knocked down by Ashley Palmer. Let's see if this one actually matters in the grand scheme of things. Obviously, taking the lead is important in a game. Hopefully, we can go on and push a bit more, though. Great start. Uh-oh. Muldoon's ball in. Come out, goalkeeper. Oh no, that's surely off the post. Ashley Palmer does a stellar job there. I think there's a free kick, though. Hinchcliffe has options now. Ashley Palmer's one of them. That's not a good ball from Hinchcliffe at all. Round the inside, Ackroyd! Saved by Ben Hinchcliffe. For me, he's bailed us out on so many occasions this year. He's had a lot of work to do at times, but he's got through it and done well. Go on, don't foul him. Oh, don't foul him, he says. And I think it was Claxton. On a rare appearance, Josh Claxton has just conceded a penalty, and we've not started this game strongly. Come on, Ben, bail us out. Jurajai steps up for Mason, and Hinchcliffe with the save. He's a hero. Like, I would serenade him with Enrique Iglesias for that. DeMeo picks it up. Indicator, no foul. Okay. Anthony, over the top for JTB. One-touch finish, surely. Bit too deep. Oh, those are the sort of situations where I think if we had a slightly better striker, we'd get a few goals from those, because we generally miss a lot of those types of chances. Duxbury's ball. Stevenson. Anthony. Magoma. Oh, we need that second goal. Well, 1-0 at half-time. This one is very much on the edge here. Jaden Anthony's goal, the penalty was missed, or rather was saved brilliantly by Hinchcliffe. Just got to keep going, I guess. Thompson Brissett does well. Here we go, breakaway time. Look at the space for Jaden Anthony. Oh, he can't find it. Yes, he can. No, he can't. Or he might still. Magoma! Oh my God, what is Magoma doing there? He has to score. Picked up by Stevenson. And again, Anthony's through. Saved by Renshaw. Okay, second half starting to tick over a bit more now. Oh, dangerous there, but it's got away with it. Anthony loses out. Claxton. Back post. Stevenson. Saved again. The pressure's mounting now. Magoma's ball. Oh, it's a penalty to us now. It's a penalty to us. Jaden Anthony will take the penalty. Here we go. Wait. Yeah, I was going to say that took an awful long time. He's got a very good record from the spot. I think I've probably just jinxed him by saying that. There's already been one missed penalty in today's game, but there's not going to be two. It's 2-0 to Stockport County. Jaden Anthony's 15th goal of the season. I don't know who won the penalty. It doesn't matter, but Anthony's got both the goals again today. Do you remember earlier this year when I was just like, yeah, I don't know what the deal is with Anthony. Jake Cope's much better. Turns out he was just having a bad spell, because he has been phenomenal in the second half of the year. Best player on the team, practically. Him and Stevenson. Palmer, ooh, they're pushing up quite high. But that could cost them as well if we get in behind. Like this. Jaden Anthony in for the hat-trick. Can he score? Oh, he's missed. What a chance that was for Anthony. It could have been 3-0. Right, subs are needed now. Ooh, what do we do? Toure on for Duxbury. Got to rest some legs here. We're 2-0 up. I don't want to bring Jake Cope on ready for that. Maybe Moody Moo in the middle? And we'll leave the other substitute for now. 2-0 up. 20 minutes to go. Cruising currently. Here we go. Moody Moo's got it. Anthony's got to make the run. He has again. Can he provide an assist this time? Squares it. It's in. Oh, yeah. Jaden Thompson Brissett sticks out a foot, and it's now 3-0. Jaden Anthony with 2 goals and an assist today. What a performance from him. Moody Moo, once again, Anthony is just constantly lurking in that spot at the back post, and he's got so much of this year. Lovely ball across and a lovely little finish from Jaden Anthony. 13 goals this year. Danaher has got nothing on him at the moment. He just doesn't. He just works with the system. Because I think they'll probably be the strongest team if there is a playoff situation. There we go. Stockport 3, Maidstone 0. We take one more step closer to the Football League. 2 goals for Jaden Anthony, 1 from the spot, 1 from a corner, and then Jaden Thompson Brissett gets a bit of icing on the cake in the end there, and a 3-0 victory. The missed penalty changed the game for me. They were well in it up until that point, but another stonking performance from Jaden Anthony. Yes! Don't think we could really ask for much more than that. We have played a game more than the other teams, fair enough, but 84 points now on the board. 7 games to go. Surely we're now guaranteed a playoff spot. Let's just check. Oh, yeah, of course not. No, not yet. Just a quick look at the way things are now for us. So top scorer at the moment is Darren Stevenson with 16, Anthony with 15, and Jaden Thompson Brissett with 13. But, you know, less minutes played for Jaden Anthony. It's very apparent. Goals per 90 minutes, Anthony and Stevenson. Banton's not done bad either, though. Assists as well. Stevenson, Palmer, and Anthony with 9 apiece, and Jake Cope with 7. I mean, Jaden Anthony, 15 goals and 9 assists in 21 starts is actually very, very impressive. I'm super pleased with his performance. And we still have a game against Barnet, which is going to be mental. And obviously, you're going to see that because that's the second to last game of the season. That could be a game where we either wrap up promotion or everything goes to pot, really. But next episode is going to be a slight break from the league. because I think we need it. It's going to be both legs against Salford with a chance to get to the FA Trophy final. After that, I guess we'll do the Notts County Harrogate double live com, and then we'll come back and do another. Lots of double live coms. In fact, 3 in a row for the next 3 episodes. So hope you're looking forward to that, because I bloody am. If you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like on the video. We really are rocking in the league, other than that random blip against Solihull. That's fantastic. We're just scoring a lot more goals now, I've noticed, as the second half of the season's come in. The squad's gelling even better. So yeah, if you've enjoyed it, drop a like on the video. That would be superb. And if you are new to the channel, drop a like. I already said drop a like, drop a subscribe, I don't know, drop your trousers, no, don't do that. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, bye-bye.